Hi everyone, thanks so much for being here. My name is Kat and I make houseplant videos here on Good and Planty. If you just happen to absolutely love this video, please consider liking it, commenting, subscribing, or following me on Instagram. All of these things help me grow my channel like a plant. It is July, summer is in full swing, and today I want to share 5 of my favorite houseplants as of right now. I actually have quite a bit of a variety here with me today. I'm really surprised at myself, but these are the plants that honestly, when I go around, take care of my plants, water them, whatever, these are the ones that have been bringing me the most joy and confidence and excitement. I just wanted to share them all with you, and should be a good time. But first, I want to give a huge thank you to Luisa, the sponsor of today's video. Luisa is a sustainable jewelry brand with a very simple idea that quality jewelry shouldn't cost the planet and should be affordable and accessible to you. I wear Luisa in pretty much any video that you watch, so I genuinely love them. I wear them constantly. I find their pieces to be very complementary to any outfit pretty much, and they're very versatile. I'm wearing a few of their pieces right now. On my finger, I have the Amara Mother of Pearl ring. I also have the Emery Opal ring. I find that these two pieces go really, really well together. They complement each other just because you have, you know, the weight of the pearl and the weight of the opal. Opal is one of my favorite stones. Hands down, it is my birthstone, and I am just very attached to it. I also have Ana Luisa's opal studs in my second holes, so I have a problem. Then on my ears, like I said, I have the opal studs, but I also have these Rocks double pearl earrings. I just found them to be very elegant and sweet and simple. They go with a lot of my outfits. I have a pearl necklace I need to fix. That's mine. It was an heirloom. And I wanted something to kind of match that because I've been into pearls. Pearl, you know. Yeah, please check out Ana Luisa. I highly, highly recommend them to my friends, my family, my subscribers. So just go ahead, mosey on down to my description box and you can find a link there. Their pieces start at only $39 and you can use my code PLANTY10 for 10% off of your order. So again, a huge thank you to Ana Luisa. I love you guys. And now let's talk about my favorite summer plants. Well, they're not summer plants, just my favorite plants in the summer. All right, I'm going to kick things off with a surprise. I bet no one sees this coming. I want to bring to you the first plant, and that is my Rattlesnake Calathea. Hold your shock, hold your surprise. I know I never saw this coming in a million years, but it is one of my favorite plants right now, and I'll be honest with you as to why. And that is because I thought I would kill this plant by now. I was for sure at least expecting severe crispy tips. When I received this plant, I wanted to be up for the challenge. I wanted to give it my best shot and kind of see what I'm made of. I have been kind of doing a good job. I won't lie to you guys. It's still, you know, adjusting to my home and everything, but it's definitely relaxed a lot from shipping. It used to be a lot more rigid and upright, and it's kind of, you know, loosening up, getting the feel of my home. I still have not lost one leaf. I barely have crisping at all. I mean, you can just see it from the tips of the leaves. They look stunning and healthy. It's just one of those things where I surprise myself in my care for this plant. I am doing a decent job as it appears to be. I can't believe it. And it brought me a lot of confidence this summer, I think, to kind of, you know, not be afraid to branch out, try different plants that used to be hard to me in the beginning of my plant journey. Just sort of keep an open mind when it comes to plants. I'm just really excited about this one. It's so fun being able to take care of a plant that used to not work for you. I think another reason this plant is doing well for me now is because I am very particular about the more needy plants that I have in my collection. Reducing the amount of plants that need that more attention to detail has been really, really helpful for plants like this, because now I have room and space in my life for slightly more challenging plants. That also contributes to why this plant is going fairly well for me right now. I think that this is a very generous size. It's fun to see a plant that usually comes in a 4-inch pot come in a very large and happy 6-inch pot. That's plant number 1. I tried to kind of stay away from a lot of the new plants that I got because I just filmed them, I just talked about them, I just unboxed them. I don't have an overwhelming number of new plants in this list, but there were 2 that I absolutely had to include because I am head over heels for them. This is a Hoya Matilde. I cannot, I know that it's like not, you know, the rarest Hoya that I probably have or other people probably have, but there is just something about this leaf shape and that baby splash that gets my heart racing. I love her so much. The roots are doing really well. I've been keeping her in the original plastic cup that she shipped to me in. She also came with a second plastic cup that kind of sat and rested over her. At the time it was taped, but obviously I had to remove that. Now after I moisten the spag, I just loosely cover it back up with that other plastic cup. I allow for some airflow, otherwise I've noticed they can stay really, really wet for a long time. Just keeping her in this bag for now has been fine. I want to promote a stronger root system before I transfer her into soil. So we're doing really well. She gets a decent amount of like dappled light, some from the Sulta light I have in the corner. The cup on top also adds a boost of humidity. All in all, she's doing well. She is gorgeous and I absolutely cannot wait to pot her up and put her somewhere nice. That's the Hoya Matilde. And then I also wanted to talk about one other Hoya that was recently sent to me, and I want to make it clear I love all of the plants that were recently sent to me. It was hard not to include them all. I just was kind of just drawn to these 2 at the time of, you know, making the list I wanted to include today. If you sent me plants and they're not in this list, it's not because I don't like them, I promise. It's just that these kind of stood out to me in the moment. The next plant I wanted to talk about is the Hoya Callistophylla. Gorgeous. I said in the unboxing video that she kind of reminds me of like a crocodile print. I have just not stopped thinking about this plant since I got her. She has risen into my favorite houseplants of all time so fast. It was love at first sight, honestly. It's that Hoya thing, like I'm getting in with the Hoya. She is a partially rooted cutting. She has like some very, very baby roots. So she is very loosely placed in this cup of soil. The cup does have drainage holes drilled into it, courtesy of the lovely Good and Planter that sent me this plant. I've just been giving her some time to kind of grow out that root system. I've been keeping the soil lightly moist, but I do give it time to dry out a little bit because I don't want the stem to rot before it has roots in it. It's kind of like a tricky little balance. I might transfer her to spag. I'm not really sure yet. I'm just giving her a second to kind of adjust to my home. She's like a little helicopter. These are the roots that have been coming in. She just fell out of the cup, so I'll show you. It's not nothing, they're coming in and it's like a newer cutting. So I've been trying to just make sure that they're buried under there. Hoya Callistophylla, love her. All right, next plant we have is a begonia, and I often don't talk about begonias all that much on my channel anymore. I used to have more begonias, but again, I try to minimize the finicky plants in my collection. This is a begonia Cracklin Rosie, and she sits under this cloche. You guys all know how much I love my little cloches. She doesn't get a whole bunch of light, but with this plant, I noticed that the watering and the humidity is far more important than the perfect lighting. So I kind of, you know, compromise on the lighting a bit. And I do have a new leaf on the way in the middle. And this is just, again, it's a little bit similar to the Rattlesnake Callithea, where this has been a challenge plant for me, and I've had to rehab her quite a bit as I got used to caring for more begonia. To see her bouncing back and putting out a new leaf and not having just one leaf hanging on is very rewarding, very exciting. I'm so proud of this plant for doing her thing and getting back on track. Love her so much. And this was sent to me by Dea, who is another plant YouTuber who I always recommend. She's a sweetheart. On top of how gorgeous this begonia is and the lessons it has given me over time, it also has a special place in my heart because it was sent by a very sweet friend, a plant friend. That always adds like a little extra element. Honestly, all of these plants, except for the Rattlesnake Callithea, have been gifts to me. And I don't think that's a coincidence that I'm feeling the most connected to them right now. Okay, and the last plant I want to talk about today was another gift from a lovely supporter slash friend in real life, and it is the Monstera Sulta Picana. And this one has been bringing me so much joy. I can't even explain it. I think the placement of this plant has also been helping. She's a little bit more like pulled out of the plant chaos and just kind of sits on my nightstand and is very calming, gentle plant that has been growing really well for me. I'm really surprised. When I first got her, she was just like a little baby. It was only a few of these lower leaves, and she is starting to like vine out of the pot quite a bit. Yeah, I don't have all that many, like I wasn't trying to grow my Monstera collection at all, but through friends and a little bit of shopping, I have a few different varieties of Monstera, and it's been really fun. I think that I kind of underestimated how easy and enjoyable the Monstera genus is outside of like, you know, your typical Monstera borzigiana deliciosa. This has been really nice, and I used to overlook this plant a lot. I thought it was very overrated when it was super duper expensive back in the day, but now that it's, you know, not like this overhyped plant, I think I can actually sit back and really appreciate how beautiful the silvery color is and how fast and easy of a grower she is. Love her. And that brings us to the end of my summer favorites. Thank you all so much for watching. Again, huge thank you to Luisa for sponsoring today's video. If you want to check them out, they will be linked down below in my description box, and you can use code PLANTY10 for 10% off your order. I really appreciate you watching. Please like this video, comment down below, hit the notification bell, all that good stuff. And I will see you in my next video. Bye!